think as we look at the future of Toronto community housing and the social services sector at large, it's really important that our work and our strategies be intertwined with the work of addressing systemic racism within our organizations and within our communities. Community housing is a really important way to address inequalities and challenges within our broader society, and we play a really important role in doing that. How we can be a leader is by playing our role as the largest housing provider in Canada and having the highest proportion of Black tenants of housing providers in Canada. So we can really lean into that, right? And we can make sure that we're all the things that make us better as a housing provider, like really deep engagement with our tenants to understand what people need, programming that is responsive to the needs of tenants, setting good standards for what building safety and wellness looks like, and then making sure that we meet those standards. The strategic plan specifically calls out an area about how we foster a collaborative and diverse workforce. And so within that part of the strat plan, it very much talks about EDI and confronting anti-Black racism and how that continues to be important in all the work that we do. And so that part of the plan allows us to put resources towards it and to think about goals specifically in that area. We talk about the work that we do in supporting tenants. We talk about the work that we do in taking care of our buildings and being innovative. And CABR strategy can affect all of these different areas, and we want it to.
The regional operations team plays a role of being the arms and the legs of what the CABR strategy is. So because we curate the complete tenant experience from A to Z, we're providing the built environment, we're providing the social context, whether it's recreation or economic programs. We work with the tenants to provide whatever it is that they need. In terms of redress, we look at also who's benefiting from what the Black people are providing. So we have Black tenants who are paying us rent. Most of that money is going to vendors and contractors who may not be Black. So the services being provided are economically benefiting other people. How are we then able to make a change to that? Whether it's through social procurement, ways in which we can get Black tenants to own businesses to be a part of the services that are being provided, or any other way in terms of being service providers and providing culturally relevant services to themselves. But most importantly, that they're able to benefit from the services that we provide, being that there's such a large population. The other thing that we do with the staff team is going out to meet with our tenants, not just in formalized activities that have been set up, but informal activities, meet them where they're at things that they're doing and be a part of it and engage with them on that level. So by leaning forward and leaning into what more supports can be done, we are ultimately going to make a better experience for our tenants. And when you're serving the most marginalized and underserved, and everybody knows based on data that generally you will find Black people always on the margins of service provision, economically, with the justice system, even with housing. So if we're building systems and mechanisms that take care of the most underserved, everybody gets to benefit. So that is why TCHC should not take its foot off the gas.
My project was based on culture. The name of it was called Come Learn About Our Culture. I wanted to expose kids to non-mainstream instruments. I wanted them to use their hands and to experience what African drumming was, and also the steel pan, which is the only new instrument for the 21st century, and it's grounded in African descent. I wanted to expose the children to each other and knowing that we're all different, but we're all one community. I wanted to bring them together. Nothing's wrong with saying hi to someone and making a friend. The Center Community Funds actually helped to open up these doors. When the center sent me the letter that said that my program was approved, I was through the roof. I was so happy. Your ideas are not just ideas, they can be a life-changing thing. It could impact a child. Being able to boost a Black child's self-esteem, which is basically what you guys do. Your center is surrounded with making us have that knowledge to be able to stand up for ourselves, to help the kids, because it's not about us anymore. They're the ones that have to make the changes. And if their confidence is not there, then who's going to make the changes? What is it going to look like? So empowering the Black youth is essential for the success of Black people.
My project is called Inspiring Community Dance Connections. It's a dance program that I created in the community to be able to have a voice for young Black girls, to be able to express themselves through movement, as well as to just feel free and to feel like they have a space to not hide, to step out from the shadows and to feel like they can be the best version of themselves. The goal of my project was to be able to bring more prestigious art forms such as ballet, jazz, even hip hop can be seen as prestige to the Jane and Finch community, because a lot of the times young people like me or Black people like me don't get to experience those high prestige art forms. They get a chance to experience new things, and they get a chance to experience things that they won't get to experience outside of the community. A lot of the events are catered towards low-income communities, low-income families, and a lot of the things that you have to do outside in the real world right now is very high-priced and not accessible to the youth. So I say it gives them a chance for accessibility, but also to just feel free to try new things and to gain their self-confidence and their self-worth. A lot of the feedback that I heard is that all the kids were really enjoying it. They really loved how it was a safe space to feel like they had a second family, a home away from home. And without the center community funds, I wasn't able to have my outreach to the community. I wasn't able to bring in the equipment to make the kids excited about learning dance. My true dream about this project is to definitely make it a non-for-profit organization one day, to be able to reach as many people in the neighborhood and beyond as possible, to know that their dreams are possible and that they are a person that can invoke change in the world.
I've been a cadet since October of last year. It's a one-year cadet program, so I've just started. As a cadet, our main role is really to learn about the community safety unit, what special constables do, what community safety advisors do, all the different positions within CSU, as well as the broader Toronto housing as well. So we learn about CSCs and TSCs and all that they do. And we really, our main unique strength is to be able to connect with the community and kind of be that youth engagement between CSU and our tenants and our buildings. The cadet program is partly made by the center. And I believe that that's something that tenants all over, all ages, can benefit from in terms of being able to have opportunities and programs provided to them to help them overcome the obstacles they face. Having opportunities as a young person to pursue whatever goal and whatever pathway you want to pursue without barriers. That's something that I think we should work towards. And that's a society I want to live in the future. But I know that takes work, takes steps. And I think this cadet program really is a way to kind of get that process started. Us being able to be in our communities, focus on building up tenants is something that I think it's not really recognized enough, and it's not done enough. Especially with an internship program being so short, only 3 months, us being here for a full year is something I really want to be continued in the future.
The Center's role is to provide guidance to the organization to address anti-Black racism and advance equity. And we do this through a framework that is grounded in policy and practice and empowers people leaders to take action. And so through advocacy, education, and coaching, we support the organization to always act from a place of strength. So these 3 years have clarified where the work needs to continue and deepen. This work was formalized, as you know, through the activism of key Black staff, which galvanized our organizational commitment to addressing anti-Black racism. So since then, we've provided training for the organization to have a baseline understanding of this work and enhance our collective ability to proactively seek out opportunities to mitigate or address the harmful impacts of anti-Blackness. In short, we're moving from awareness to action, and it's an iterative process, so we're learning as we go. We can see where there's linkages between our work within programs and partnerships, as well as the various divisions, and how confronting anti-Black racism is the foundation of all of that work. If we're constantly thinking about ways to make the experiences and the tenant experience better, we will always then address the barriers around systemic racism. As the largest social housing provider here in Canada, and by virtue of who we house, so we know from our surveys that 40% of our tenants are Black and identify as Black. And so we actually are in a unique position to partner with our tenants to literally address the systems that discriminate against them, right? This is an opportunity for us to partner with all parts of, the housing sector, education, government, etc., so that collectively we can start to dismantle the systemic barriers to having Black people thrive in this country. My hope is that confronting anti-Black racism will be embedded into the ethos of Toronto community housing.